I was reading through the comments this morning and I came across a paint can hack from subscriber Gentile Josh Saved, and as soon as I read it, I knew I had to share it. I can't take credit for it. I don't even know if it works, but I think it's going to solve a problem that it has plagued me for years. The problem is this. You have a can of paint, right? Maybe something you're using for touch-up paint, and you pour it out into whatever it is that you're using, a roller pan or what have you. The little seal in here that seals the lid from the can fills up with paint, and then you can't get a good seal. And then when you go to seat the can with the hammer, it sprays out all of your clothing. It sprays out all over a place. It's always a problem. And if you use the paint, if you open it a couple times, let's say you're doing touch-up, then it continues to fill up and get worse and worse. Here's the trick. It's so simple. We're going to find out if it works though. Here's a brand new can of paint. All right, we're going to open it before we pour it out the side and before we make a mess of it. So here's the hack. We're going to take our drill bits. Now I've pre-sized this, and the perfect size is 5/32, so it seems to me anyway. Take our drill bit, right? Here we have where the lid seals inside, right? Seals around the edges. So the idea is to drill a couple holes here. Oh, I got paint on my drill bit, right? Now, are you going to get metal shavings in the paint? Yeah, probably a little bit, but I would imagine that they're going to fall to the bottom, right? I guess if you're really worried about it, you could put a little magnet down there and gather them. Well, I'm going to drill 4 of them here, right? And then we'll see what happens. Just at the 4 points of the compass right there. Okay, so what the idea of that is, let's bring you in close here. Let's fill it up. Let's see. So let's simulate here, right? We got the paint, and we're gonna fill that drip edge full, right? Just like we would when we pour. We'll fill it all the way up to the top. We'll do a total time lapse here, and we'll see if it does indeed drain out. If it doesn't, I'm going to be bummed. All right. Let the time lapse begin. This may not have went as well as I had hoped. So, as you saw in the time lapse, it sat there probably for over an hour. So I just carefully sat the lid on it, let it sit all night. This is in a reasonably warm home. Let's see what happened. Well, some of the paint is drained out, but I would have to say that this is a total fail. The holes aren't big enough. If I were to make the holes any bigger, then they would interfere with the seal and they would compromise that. So with good quality thick paint like this, it doesn't work. Now I have to clean that thing out. All right, let's move on to the bonus footage. Behold, organization. This was one of the things that I surprised Mrs. W with too, is getting our cold room sorted out. Now I told you a few videos back where we mentioned about simplifying our life and cutting out the things that were overcomplicating our life. Like when you have too many things for us, they're scattered all over the place, and you want to go skiing or you want to go backpacking, but you end up not going because not everything's together and you're not finding things. And sometimes you get frustrated and you want to leave and you want to go do something because conditions are good and you can't find it, and you end up going and buying something. So what I've learned for us is that being disorganized and not having everything in its place, it also costs you money. You find out, you'll probably, if you go through your tools, you'll look and see you'll have 2 or 3 or 4 multiples of things, not because you didn't have them, but because you maybe couldn't find them and you had to go buy them again. So much to it. But I'll show you this. I'm really proud of this. It really worked out good, and well, let's take a look at it. So this is the room formerly known as the cold room, and it opens to the outside there. That door will be replaced. It's just still temporary in there until I get everything finished. But this is where I did the texturing of the drywall. Now the reason why I added the old style texture is because I had to match the existing walls. So over here to the north, this is the new wall that I built that opens up into the main living area. Let's go see how it turned out. So it's all painted and done, but you can see it turned out good. Here's the existing texture. Here's my texture. It's always hard to match textures. You know, you don't know what they used or what they did, but I'm happy with it. It's okay. Got to fix the electrical and trim it out. But the main thing in here, that this is going to be a room where we are going to store most of our outdoor equipment. So we'll build one thing with the sawmill I'm going to do is we'll be building a carport out there. We'll put the new door in, and then we'll come in here. So when we come back from skiing or mountain biking or whatever, we're not traipsing all of our dirt and mud into the house. So these cabinets here are, I was going to build plywood cabinets, and I drew everything up and I started pricing it all out. We ended up going with the IKEA cabinets because they were half the price of the material for the plywood ones, not even counting the paint and the labor that went into it. And it was a great solution in here. I mean, don't hate. It's just was the decision that we made. Okay, so how it breaks down is, so we're gonna have cabinets. Everyone has their own. So this will be Jack's right here. Everything's still undone, and he's gonna have to share it with the networked printer and the modems and the routers. But his ski gear, biking gear, helmets, everything will fit into that one. Everyone's got one of these pull-out things, which is kind of cool. You can hang your different stuff on it. This is Mrs. W's here, and we're just starting to fill them up. Most of our stuff's still in storage. Ski boots, snowboard boots, cross-country boots. We've got these wire baskets here. So it's nice, so when we come in and drop gloves and things, they can dry. You know, they're going to get a little bit of air around them. And of course, clothes rods and hanging. And then she's got this, you know, we can pull out her snowshoes and ice axes and poles and helmets on the top. For me, same thing right here. We have the clothes rack. Again, I like these things. They're kind of handy. You know, pull out your gaiters and give you some better light. There we go. Gaiters and gloves and poles and goggles. You know, all those things come out to dry. Backpacks, coats. We'll put all of our ski stuff in there. We got our baskets for small things, skins, hats, gloves, all of those things. All the different shoes for skiing, you know, our ski boots and snowboard boots and mountain biking shoes and hiking shoes and cross-country shoes and all of that. Next over is a cabinet just for my firefighting equipment, for my structural firefighting and wildland equipment and first aid stuff. So I've got structural bags, wildland bags. I've got all my uniform stuff, my wildland clothing, first aid kits, all that stuff, boots, everything is confined here, which is really nice to have it in one place because when I need to leave the house quickly on a call, everything is there. It's been a tremendous help for me. Right here, the corner cabinet is for sleeping bags and backpacks. We use down sleeping bags, and so you don't want to keep them in a bag. You want to keep them kind of open so they stay nice and lofty. And then it goes down in here. Let's get some light. It's kind of dark in here this morning. Then we've got all of our backpacks. So from small backpacks, backpacking packs, they kind of fit in there and are out of the way. Second cabinet here, more packs on top. Sleeping pads, sleeping bags, backpacking types of things, thermarests, pillows. Down here we go into water stuff. We've got wetsuits, paddle shirts, life jackets. We got camping gear, all these things. Everything still is a little bit disorganized. We're still bringing it in. This is only the half of it. It's amazing how much stuff you accumulate when you get it all into one place. And then I'll do one more cabinet right here. Right there, that's on. We have to pick that up, and I'm not sure what that'll be. Probably, who knows? And then one more over here, and then I'll build everything for skis and snowboards, and all that. I'll build a rack so that those can be brought in and hung up easily, and then something like a drip tray, something to catch the water when they're all wet or covered with snow. So that is the idea. Also, you probably noticed I put a commercial carpet in. Had a local carpet layer come in and put that down for us, and that was really nice. Put a nice 8-pound pad in it, so that warmed it up and just made it much cleaner here. Across here, we'll be swapping out the old refrigerator that'll go out into my future cheese room. We got a commercial cooler for Mrs. W's, all her for storage for her meat, and all that stuff goes in there. We're gonna put her washer and dryer and basically like a kind of a second kitchen in here, using, you know, like secondhand cabinets, the things in sink, our old sink, things that we took out of the old kitchen, we'll kind of repurpose in here. And then this will go down into the root cellar, which I'll have to build a custom door for that, and goes down there for all her canning. And then a second pantry right there. So this room will really be nice. It'll be kind of a room where we can just have everything in one place. We'll know where it's at. And we know that if I want to go skiing or mountain biking, all my stuff will be here and organized, and it's just going to change everything. So I thought I'd share that with you. And there's one more thing, and then we'll close this video. And the final thing, we woke up today to our very first hard frost. Really cold, below freezing. We can see, can you see that? I got a wide lens on there, but it's the snow level is dropped down to about 3,000 feet. We could actually have snow before Thanksgiving. I mean, it could happen. I'm happy to report that we will be going on the sawmilling and the firewood processing machine very, very soon. I got a good phone call, very encouraging phone call, telling me that that is going to happen soon. So more to report on that. So just a quick update. Mrs. W's mom is in town. The family is starting to arrive for the Thanksgiving. We have lots of fun projects today. We're going to make some stuff on the blacksmith forge and a couple other surprises. So I'll have that coming shortly. So thanks for watching, and sorry for this hodgepodge of a video. There's going to be a few more like that the next couple days as we're scrambling to get ready. But I'll share with you what I can. So God bless, and we'll see you guys in the next video.